Ah, here we is. Riften. Cute little port town, full of crime and stuff. Probably a best hangout for pirates on Skyrim, you know, if there were any pirates in this game.
Hold, and stand down. If you want to get into Riften, use the north gate. This one's closed. My orders are to tell the riffraff to use the north gate. That's it.
Oh, what? Riften doesn't like the Riften doesn't like the back door, right? If you know what I mean.
No. You can use the north gate, or you can head to the next city.
Well, I could always go that way and head over to Stone Falls and Morrowind. You know, if that was an option. But too bad it ain't, so... Northgate it is, then. Why is everyone working out here this late?
If you're looking to purchase goods, I have none to sell. You should head into Riften instead.
I wanna, but they don't want me in there. They want me to use the Northgate.
I'm originally from Cyrodiil, but I left there after I had a falling out with my family.
So sorry to hear that.
This was the first door in Skyrim I knocked upon, and little did I know my future husband would be answering the door. I like the farm life. It's a huge change from living in a city. Advild's made me a happy woman. I wouldn't want to be with anyone else in the world. Yes?
Alright. Didn't want her to keep turning around, you know. Gets a little old from time to time. Man, I just love being here in the Rift sometimes. Look at those autumn leaves falling, you know? So nice over here. Well, it's really wintry in Skyrim. This Rift is pretty much the little centerpiece. It's got a nice, very nice climate. It's probably the part climate-wise, this is probably the part of Skyrim I'd be comfortable living in. It's basically in between the snowy north and the warm volcanoes of Morrowind down in the south. So, yeah, it's probably. I mean, if crime wasn't such a problem in Riften, then maybe this would have been a nice place to live, you know. I like the Viking ships here. The Skyrim really brings a Viking vibe, you know. But I think I say that a lot. I'll take you. I'll take you. Well, I'm a dragonborn, so fear me, dragonflies. Yeah, let me use this new. Yeah, let me try this new ability. You're too far, and you're too close to.
Well, if it isn't the slayer of the Glenmoral witches, how can I assist you, companion?
I killed people, so I mean, you're not gonna arrest me for killing the witches? I mean, I didn't have a warrant on their arrest or anything.
Need a ride? You can get a room at the Bee and Barb, but mind your corn purse. It's no secret the Thieves Guild makes its home here.
Why are you whispering?
And if you meet Maven Blackbriar, stay on her good side. This is her city, and nobody else's.
Maven Blackbriar. That one lady I met at the Thalmor party. So this is where she lives, huh?
Hold there. Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitors.
I was told to go to the North Gate. And you're gonna still stop me?
For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter? You want Talos smite you?
Wait, what? Oh, hey, Imperial Spy, huh? Okay. See ya. Oh, requires key. That's fine. I'll wait. No, I mean, Imperial's not my problem. Stormcloak, Imperials, doesn't matter. Neither. I'm not picking a side right now, so I'll let them handle it. Let them handle it themselves. Alright, well, can you let me in now?
Hold there.
There, we can talk.
Before I let you into Riften, for the privilege of entering the city. All right, keep your voice down. You want everyone to hear you? I'll let you in. Just let me unlock the gate.
Hey, I mean, even though I say the word shakedown, it's... People could probably mean that we're dancing. We're having a bit of a shakedown. You know? When I first heard the word shakedown, I thought it meant that it's a type of dance. You know, that'd be a good dance to make up. You know? A dance for criminals. We are doing the shakedown, baby. Yeah, we're doing the shakedown, baby, tonight. Oh, yeah, shakedown. Woo! We're on the shakedown, baby. Oh, yeah, the shakedown. Give me your money, punk. We're in the shakedown. Woo-hoo! Give us all your money. Da-da-da-da. Give us all your payments. Dun-dun-dun-dun. We will protect you. Do-do-do-do. That's what we do best. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun. We're in the shakedown. Oh, yeah, we're in the shakedown. I can hear you, the shakedown. Oh, yeah, we're in the shakedown. Shakedown, baby, tonight. I gotta write these down. That actually I just made up right in the spot.
I had another run-in with the Thieves Guild.
Be careful, Neil. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back. One snap of her fingers, you could end up in Riften jail. Worse.
They represent the reason I'm here. I can't just ignore them, Aaron.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
Well, on this next one, the next great thing that happened in the city.
You're a stranger here too, huh? I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, Elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between.
Nice! Great, you've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man.
Many years ago, I lost my blade, Grim 7, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust. To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think? You know, I'm beginning to respect you. Other than Aaron, you seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust. Since we share the same opinion of them, let me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild, and you should be cautious.
I'll do what I can.
It's been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Aaron, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago. It was Aaron who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died. When my strength returned and he told me about the problems plaguing Riften, I decided fate brought me here for a reason, so I stayed. Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften's citizens from her family, but to no avail. Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son. Spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder.
Wow, a family that would arrest their own, huh?
Safe travels.
That was great talking to you.
I've never seen Mjol this upset about anything. The city really gets to her. Mjol told me that it isn't this bad everywhere. Maybe one day I'll venture out and see if she's right. Mjol's brought me nothing but safety and peace of mind. And some lessons with the blade. I hope that someday this city will be free from corruption. We can all live in peace.
Well, you can go back to the
Did you need
you could go back to the ESO era. That Riften ain't so bad.
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble?
Oh, it's Maul. Look at you. You even got your legs still.
Don't say something you'll regret. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you.
Yeah, let's show them this. Why not?
Only way you could have found one of those is by stealing it. Guess you'll fit in around here better than I thought. So what do you want to know? Do I look like a merchant to you? You're gonna have to take that up with Vex in the Thieves Guild. Get in good with them and you'll find her.
Fair enough. Ah, got a new quest, huh? This quest's gonna take a while, though.
You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you.
Or me.
The only thing I heard is a rumor that a boy named Aventus Aretino in Windhelm has been attempting to contact the Dark Brotherhood. He used to live here in Riften at the orphanage on the other side of town, but I think he ran away. Can't say I blame him. Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation.
So
got
pretty
friends
much
in
a
high
repeated.
places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her.
Dang.
Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says.
Sure thing, Mr. Double Blade Redface.
Be seeing you around.
Wow, getting a lot of wary eyes around here. Probably not a best place to get a home.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know but how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Look, Shadra, last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem.
Wow. Looks like you could use some help, my friend.
Huh? What do you want? Yes. Hofgrir took me in when I arrived in Riften about a year ago. He's been teaching me everything he knows. Horses are my whole life. Back in Hammerfell, I helped my family raise horses at our farm. I hope to open my own stables one day, but I think it's going to take a lot longer than I expected. I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do. I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, sure, no
Be
problem.
careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty.
I'm not a charity though. I'm not gonna be doing this to everybody. You hear that? You hear that? Not everybody.
Any luck with Sapphire?
Scully, if you know what's good for you. Scully, if you know what's good for you.
Yeah. Alright, where'd he go?
Welcome to Riften, home of the Thieves Guild. Or so they'd have you believe. It's all lies. They're just thugs. Vermin, creeping around the Red Way.
Okay, fair enough. Itchy hand. Luckily the little shit, luckily the little shape spots on my face can do something.
The return of the dragons is not mere
Never done an honest day's work in your life for all that coin you're carrying, hey lad?
How do you know what money I got? What, you been looking through my stuff?
I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell.
Oh, you can ya?
It's all about sizing up your mark, lad. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway. Oh, but that's where you're wrong, lad. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, money tastes like a stinky, like a metal, you know? You know, metal don't taste good. It gives a weird taste in your mouth. Oh, I'm cringing just thinking about it.
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid. Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under a stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing. There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. I'll be out in the market all day, from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. Meet me then, if you've still got the stomach for it.
Well, I got the stomach for all this meat, so, and all this pie and sweet rolls. I pretty much ate everything at the Thalmor embassy party.
Do you want me to hold your hand as well?
Yes, please.
You're going to have to sneak over
Keep
to
my hand nice and
Medesi's
warm.
stall and use your lockpick on the strongbox. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind. We've been contracted to make sure Branche remembers not to meddle in affairs that aren't his own. Now, since we're not the Dark Brotherhood, we're not going to kill him. We're just going to make sure he sits in the prisons for a few days.
Just a few days?
I'll be at the market come morning. You better be there too.
Better? Sounds pretty demanding. What if I just choose to be there, not because you said so?
Yeah. What's your problem? I knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story. Don't know why you'd help a stranger like that. But a septum's a septum. Don't care where it comes from. You can tell Shadra his debt's been paid.
Yeah, see?
I hope we bump into each other again.
Oh, wow, she likes me already. She likes me already, huh?
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar.
I'm getting a lot of missions here.
Ah, well. I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth. Good man. You won't regret it. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften.
Fair enough.
You'll be well paid for your time.
Yeah, I better be.
No idea, but whatever he did, it must have angered Maven. No guard would lock up a Blackbriar without the old lady's permission. I'm not exactly comfortable around guards or jails. Definitely not when associates of mine have been locked up. No, I'll meet you outside of town.
Alright.
I'll meet you outside of town.
Fair enough. Alright, well, what other missions can I get here? Apparently I'm getting a lot of it.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road.
Why? What's the road ever done for me? Did for me to deserve such violence?
What can I get you? Mead? Wine? Drink for the thirsty? Head north to Winterhold. There's a college there. They teach magic. Most Nords don't care for them. Else you could go see the Jarl's wizard. Might be able to help you.
Wow, she's straight to the point kind of Argonian, huh? What's the word around town? And by that I mean, do you have any dragon shouts available?
Sure thing.
No, I don't want that!
The Thieves Guild has been pushing hard to regain a foothold in this city. Rumor has it they're falling apart from the inside. Crime is an all-time high in this city thanks to the Thieves Guild. Don't we have enough problems with the war going on?
They're taking full opportunity of it, I guess.
Riften's biggest exports used to be fishing and honey until the Blackbriar family moved in. Now the meadery is the biggest game in town.
Well, they'll need the honey for the, for the mead.
Never heard of anybody like that. But if you want to hide out in Riften, the Ratway's where you'd be. There's a sort of tavern down there, the Ragged Flagon, where all the lowlifes in Riften get drunk and knife each other. You might try there, if you can get through the Ratway alive. If it's true that the dragons have returned, what will it mean for all of us? Is this how it all ends?
If I have anything to do about it.
The city guard has been tearing Riften apart, looking for the source of our skooma problem. I'd hate to be in their shoes if they get discovered.
Alright, that's it.
I'll show you to your room. Right this...
I really don't need a room, though, but alright, whatevs.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the room.
Do I have to follow you? No, might as well. Might as well see what the room looks like. You two are boning each other, probably. Hey, you leaning on the wall, same pose. You both are boning each other, for sure. Excuse me.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Appreciate it. I'm not going to use that room at all, probably.
Look, I already said Chandra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
Tell the wall to get off your back.
What can I get you? Mead? Wine?
Yeah, might as well get a little bit of sleep then. That was a delicious salad. Alright, that's done. Alright, let's see what... What, have you been on that staircase all night?
Look, I already said Chandra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you, that skill can be bought. Why settle for just stabbing your foes when you can roast them alive in a gout of
Damn it,
arcane?
Talon.
Hey, we got the same robes.
Here to get out of Riften.
Got the same robes on.
Don't worry, the time will come when we can walk away from here.
I hope so. I can't stand this city anymore.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can interest you in one of our special drinks, you let me know. I met her when I wandered into Riften a few years ago. Been smitten with her ever since. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. In Blackmarsh, tradition dictates we present a potential mate a unique wedding ring to represent our future bond. I already have the gold band, but all I need are 3 flawless amethysts to complete the setting.
Sure, I've got plenty of those.
I was hoping you'd offer. I didn't think it was my place to ask such a favor of you. I thank you.
Give me a little time though. I think I got the stuff at my house down in Falkreath, so when I get back down there I'll get some and I'll come back here and give it to you later.
Every Argonian wedding proposal band is supposed to have 3 flawless amethysts as part of their design. 2 of the gems, the ones on the outside, represent the couple to be married. One for the husband, one for the wife. The amethyst in the center represents the Hist, the entity that all Argonians consider a sacred part of our lives. They're vermin, garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a horrible place to live. How appropriate they should live in the Ratway with the rest of the trash. Disgusting. Ruined sewers filled with goodness knows what. There's an entrance down by the canal, but I'd highly advise you to stay out of there. It's the Thieves Guild's territory. 3, in fact. They're my own recipe. Brought them over here from my days as a bartender in Gideon. First is the
Part of
Velvet
Blackmarsh.
Chance, which is a mixture of blackberry, honey, spiced wine, and a touch of nightshade. Perfectly safe, I assure you. Second, we have the White Gold Tower, which is heavy cream with a layer of blended mead, lavender, and dragon's tongue on top. Last, and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, Cyrodiilic brandy, Flynn, and Sujama.
Can I get any of those? It's not letting me. I'd like to try them. Anyways, if you want to go to that town, Gideon, if you get the Blackwood DLC and ESO, we'll be able to head over there.
If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
All right, I'll see you soon then. Once I get stuff settled.
I already said Shadra doesn't
Go
owe
on
me a
then.
thing.
Deliver
Oh,
my
I already
message to
talked to
City.
you already. Got so many missions to do here. I get my
Go on
reputation
then.
up
Deliver
in
my message to
Riften
City.
in no time.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim. Always as fresh as the day it was collected. Keep your belly full and your shoulders strong.
Wait, what's happening? Why can't I talk to her?
Some fresh meat to fill your belly, perhaps? Oh, if only I could provide more than this coin. I hope it'll do. Keep your belly full and your shoulders strong. The only way to find fresher meats is to hunt it yourself. I picked up a trick from a butcher in Eleanor, a small town over the border in Hammerfell. He showed me a way to grind
I think
up
that
ice
city's in
flakes and
Craglorn.
use it as a
You can go there in
preservative.
ESO too.
Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands.
For the right price, of course.
Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Well, I'd be careful if I were you. I hear the Nords hunt them for some kind of initiation rite, and not all of them end up victorious. The last traveler that traded me some said he found them at a place called Ancient's Ascent. Careful though. Rumor has it a dragon makes its home there.
Oh, I already killed the dragon over there, though.
They live below the streets in a ratway like dirty animals. And trust me, they're no better than the vermin that slink out of there for scraps. They make it difficult for decent people to earn a living. Of course, not many decent people live here in the first place. It's Riften's name for the sewers beneath our feet. Absolutely disgusting. If you fancy keeping your purse filled with gold and your head on your shoulders, I'd stay out of those awful tunnels.
Fair enough.
Be careful looking for those teeth. Those little bastards are dangerous.
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself.
To oblivion with all of you! You rich piles of dung walking by us like we're not there, pretending we don't exist? How dare you! Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
You're quite bipolar, aren't you?
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
Aha! He likes
All
me
the crime
now.
and corruption in Riften is really getting to him. And now that we hear rumors about the dragons, he's been very depressed.
I think I could get a quest from this dude, too.
Come to see Balaman perform miracles with steel, eh? Smithing's been in my blood for generations. I owe my success to my forefathers and their recipe for flame. The secret is my forge. It consumes fire salts, a strange mineral that burns as hot as red mountain lava. Well, it was. Sadly, this forge is dying, and I've used the last of my fire salts. If I can't feed it soon, it may grow cold. You will? Thank you. 10 pinches of fire salt should give me all I need to bring this forge back to life.
You say 10 pinches, and yet you want me to get 10 whole bowls of fire salt, pretty much. That's what the game is asking for.
People say I'm making gold off of other people's misery, but what else would I do? Smithing is all I know. Next time one of my shields deflects a killing blow, they'll change their tune.
I like your attitude.
A flame atronach's body might provide fire salt. They're dangerous creatures that can be summoned by wizards. Of course, it would be much easier to check with an alchemist. They occasionally have them for sale.
I'll see what I can find.
You wish to do what I do? Very well.
No, I want to do my own thing. I want my stuff. I want my smithing to be a bit more unique.
Make love like a saber cat, or crush your enemies to dust like a giant. Only a mere 20 gold coins, and all this could be yours.
Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind? Everything I've got on display, really.
All right, so you got some stuff. All right, so you got some stuff here for sale. So you're pretty much like in any other merchant.
I may be Dark Elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian. For reasons I'm still trying to discover, I ended up orphaned and taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that. Just one. I know when I was found by my Argonian father, I was wrapped in a blanket bearing the symbol of House Telvanni. It was one of the great houses in Morrowind long ago. Whether that means I was one of them or not, I'm uncertain. If you come across anything in your travels that might provide me with the answers I'm looking for, I'd be grateful. Thank you. I learned that a matron who had served for House Telvanni had escaped Morrowind during the Accession War.
Which war is that?
Record showed her buying passage aboard a sailing vessel named the Pride of Telvos. That's where the trail ran cold. I spent years looking for what became of the ship, but I ended up empty-handed. Anything you can find would be of great help. Good luck.
All right, I'd help him out later, though. I guess I'll help him with this sabotage job later. Because I want to help him with this side quest first before he gets into the jails. Because honestly, once he gets into the jails, I don't think he's ever going to come out, really. So it's pretty cool that Argonian would raise a Dunmer, counting that most Dunmer have enslaved Argonians in the past. So, met a nice one. Don't believe an eye for an eye. Much respect there.
You gonna buy something, or just here for training? Otherwise, move on. You gonna stare all day or buy some armor?
I'm gonna stare all day. You look hot.
Look, I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by. I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about your purchase or not. I just need the coin.
Well, at least she's honest.
The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better.
At least she's honest. I'll give her that.
Are you serious? The war is tearing the land apart. The dragons have returned seeking who knows what. Skyrim is going nowhere, fast. If I were you, I'd pack up and get out of here before you end up in one of those burial cairns. There are ruined sewer tunnels beneath the city. The only way I know how to get in there is through a door off of the canal. If I were you, I'd keep my feet dry and stay up here.
Yeah, well, I wish I had a choice there.
I'll teach you how to use it effectively and keep you quick on your feet. Come back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
Now, how about you? I think I could get a mission with this dude, too.
Greetings, honored friend. Could I interest you in some fine jewelry?
I'm surprised that the Thieves Guild hasn't robbed you blind yet.
I do. Sadly, I'm one of the few traditional Saxhleel jewelers that remains in Tamriel. It's becoming a lost art. Only trouble is gathering materials has become hazardous. The roads to the mines and to the other cities are thick with bandits, and worse. Would you be interested in gathering some materials for me? I'd certainly be happy to compensate you. Thank you, Landstrider. I'm
That's a weird
seeking
name.
a small list of items to complete my next creation. 2 flawless sapphires, a mammoth tusk, and a chunk of gold ore.
Alright, let's do that then.
Not well, I'm afraid. That Brynjolf, he keeps draining the people's pockets with his ridiculous miracle cures. A few months ago, it was Troll Fatsav, and now he's got something new. Not that there's anything that can be done about it. He's in good with the Thieves Guild.
Stay alive? Why take a chance?
Safe travels, Landstrider.
All the crime and corruption in Riften is really getting to him.
Now, that was more of a Combine Strider, but close enough.
Visiting Riften? All are welcome at the Temple of Mara.
That's good to know.
I'm beginning to think leaving Mournhold was a mistake.
Pleased to meet you. I'm a priestess at the Temple of Mara.
I a priestess at the Temple of Mara.
The finest oddities from Morrowind.
Alright.
Sure. I'm a dirty beggar. Why would you want to even speak to me?
Alright, well, first things first. Search the Ratway for the hideout, so let's do that first real quick. Should I? Or should I do some of the quests? I mean, I already started some, so... I mean, all the quests will be waiting for me, so if I can at least get to the Alduin's Wall quest, I think I can be able to get this done nicely.
Beautiful marbles and gleaming gemstones over here.
And Dirty Wetway, looking for a strange warrior old man over here.
What was that?
All right. Sweet. Let's see what I can do here. Is there any I can pickpocket?
I was sure I heard something.
Yeah, you were so sure of it, huh?
They'd skin us alive if they knew we were here.
Why, how'd you know I was here? How did you know? It's not making a sound. Holy Barbara's doing it. Troublemaker. Okay, let's use this. Ah! Feeling pretty obsolete now, huh? Twink. I can sell this stuff once I get back to the surface. Alright, well, who else is down here? I get everyone? Might as well get that bridge down as much as we could. Heh. They say I'm good at triggering people, but not like that. Other peeps probably would need it more than I did, but you know what? I don't care. Nah, not even a little bit. Like someone else had a lucky wooden ladle. Well, wasn't so lucky because they didn't have it on them. What was that? Oh, there's skeevers down here. Oh, you already did it. You already did it. Ha, what a loser. Fell into one of his own traps. They should have a name for that. People that fall into their own traps. They should call them, trapper baiters. Weird name, I know, but, you know, it's something. Look at all these bear traps. Why was he expecting a bear down here? But then again, a snow bear made into someone's house, so I guess that's not that surprising. I mean, if a bear could, like, just sneak through Riften and go down to the sewers, I mean... It's Excuse me, I was talking here. Ooh, axe from the stone. Or axe from the log. I mean, it's not sword from the stone. It's a bit of a downgrade, but, you know, it's something. May not make me the Prince of England, but it might make me at least the Duke of one of Welchland. Wales. Wink. What you got there? Got yourself some elven shield there, huh? Kinda wonder, why do you have an elven shield, my friend? Well, I don't doubt that for a second, because I don't think my character's gonna venture outside Skyrim at all. Yeah, take care of him for a second, Barbara's. Alright. Go. I was hoping to get this. I was hoping to get the sword to do that, but you know, whatevs. A drum could fall into some better hands than that. Let's get that bridge down. Once the bridge is down, it'll stay down. Hey, okay, now I can go back upstairs and sell some stuff before I continue on. Oh wow, there's actually houses down here. Kind of this place kind of reminds me of some of those RP maps in Gary's mod. There are a few maps that actually share what the scenery is. I think there's an alchemist down here too. I can get a quest from that. Hey,
Go away. If you know what's good for you.
Well, well, you're the one coming to me. What you looking at, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away.
You sound so friendly.
This place has seen better days, but it's not my fault. When Elgrim said we were setting up shop down here, I told him he would catch his death. The dirt, the moisture, is disgusting. Who wants to spend their life living like a skeever? But that old bellyacre just fed me some nonsense about light ruining his mixtures and being close to the water. Ah. I know how to mix a few basic potions, but I'm nowhere near as skilled as a master alchemist. I've picked up a few tricks by reading the tomes scattered all over the shop, but I don't have the knack to pull off half of the formulas. I wish Elgrim had spent more time tutoring me than that England girl.
Well, if that doesn't go so well, maybe you might have a job as a mime.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it that way. Elgrim can barely put on his own shoes, let alone have the energy to pursue a young
Excuse
girl.
me.
He's been gushing about how talented
Who do you think you are, Barbara's?
He'd never say it to her face. That's not his way. I just think Elgrim's taken it upon himself to mentor the young thing, so he focuses a lot of attention on her. I swear if I wasn't around, Elgrim would forget to eat his meals. How we make any coin at all is beyond me. In fact, I need to arrange for someone to pick up an ore sample for me in Shore's stone. Goodness knows Elgrim won't lift a finger to do it. You would? Oh, that would be wonderful.
I bet it would.
Not Filnyar in Shore's stone. He's got some sort of ore sample he wants us to identify and was willing to pay us well for it.
Well, it gives us a reason to go back to Shorestone.
The road to Shore's stone could be dangerous.
Yeah, I figured you were a Blackbriar. I mean, you share the image of your mother. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult to you. Probably an insult.
My mind is on my experiments today. What did you need? I'm aspiring to earn that title, yes. However, the road ahead is paved with loose cobbles and deadly pitfalls. Master Elgrim says I'm a natural, that I have a unique talent, but I fear his approval masks his intolerance for my mistakes. My errant formulas have cost Master Elgrim a fortune in ingredients, some of which are almost irreplaceable. To restore Master Elgrim's supply, I would need 20 Deathbell, 20 Nightshade, and 20 Nirnroot. Am I sensing that you may be interested in gathering these rare ingredients for me?
Well, I could get the 2 of them, but the Nirnroot's gonna be a bit tough.
That means more time for my experiments and less time in the field. Much appreciated.
Anytime. But, you know, wouldn't you want to be in the field? I mean, look at me. I'm trying to get into the film industry, and I've been spending more time doing classes than actually doing field work.
It's exhilarating to observe the effects of my potions on the body. Watching the heart stop, the eyes go blind. We're made up of thousands of parts with thousands of different functions, all working in tandem to keep us alive. Yet if only a single part of our imperfect machine fails, life fails. It makes one realize how fragile.
What day is it today? Push Gigarshaw Wednesday?
You ask why I'm so fascinated? The irony. The
Or block his
irony
path?
that the same world that gave us life provides us the means to die.
Well, everyone's just pushing each other today, you know? You know, Barbara's might as well live here, you know? Yeah, he seems to already like it here. I should ask Barbara to stay here then.
Nirnroot is the easiest. It grows only by the water. And
Nirnroot's the easiest?
The only drawback is it won't regrow after harvesting. Nightshade is native to the pine forest and marshy tundra regions of Skyrim, and has a distinctive starburst-like violet flower. Last we have Deathbell, which only grows in marshy tundra terrain. Its inverted bluish-purple flower bunches are unmistakable.
Get a lot of missions to do here in Riften. Wonder when I'll be able to buy my house here.
My family. All that wealth, and they squander it on foolish ventures and political schemes. I was meant for so much more than all of this. I wish to pledge my life and ply my talents in darker circles. If only my mother would let me, I would make her proud. My experiments can't be completed until you've brought me those ingredients. Do hurry.
Alright, well, what about you? What do you have to say for yourself?
You here for lessons like Ingen? Or did you wish to buy something?
Oh, it doesn't look like there's a lessons option here.
Well, the moisture in the air is better for the ingredients. It isn't every day that you get your hands on fresh Nirnroot, painted troll fat. It also makes it easier to gather water when the canal is right out the front door. Besides, I also prefer the quiet. I didn't open this business for browsing. Come in, buy what you need, and get out. Hardly. In fact, I don't know how I get anything done with all the distractions I have to put up with. My wife's
Like me?
household, well, she's a necessary evil, I suppose. Not a lick of talent when it comes to alchemy, but she keeps me fed. Then there's Ingen Blackbriar, bright young thing and a worthy apprentice, when she isn't wasting my rare ingredients. Yes, goodbye.
It's kind of weird that you're getting water from the canal. Isn't that a dirty water? How do you get that water cleaned? And not only that, how do you get painted troll fat? I mean, there's only one time I got painted troll fat, and that was in Oblivion, when I ventured inside of a painting, killed some painted trolls, and took their fat. Why do you keep blocking my way?
Go away, if you know what's good for you.
Man, this is turning into harassment, kitty. I was this close to saying pussy. Ah, this is the house. Could use a better garden, though. Let's try to buy this place. Why not? Why do you keep following me around? Barbas! Chase the kitty! Chase the kitty away! Why not? Let's do that. Let's get ourselves a house here. Make ourselves a home here in Riften.
Information on these reports of dragons.
Yes, milady. That unpleasantness at Helgen supposedly involved a dragon. It killed several soldiers before it departed.
I want you to speak to the city guard. Make sure there's a contingency plan in effect in case
Jarl
Riften
Lela's
falls under
houseguard.
attack.
I would ask that you maintain respectable distance.
Trying to listen.
I've also
Trying to
taken
eavesdrop.
the liberty in preparing a private
But you got
carriage,
elven armor on?
just in case.
Good. If Riften should fall, it's only right that its leader be spared.
Seriously? So you care about yourself than the rest of the people? Makes me wonder, you know? Are you a leader or a boss?
What can I do for you? While I feel Ulfric's cause is just, my concern is for the people of the Rift. How can they continue to lead their already meager lives with dark clouds looming overhead? My heart
That's how
goes out
weather
to them.
works.
If only our coffers were deeper, I could protect them as they were my own family. With the Stormcloaks at his back, Ulfric's poised to rid Skyrim of the Empire's forces and invalidate our involvement with the White Gold Concordat. Many have died taking up arms for this cause. I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come.
Well, the Empire is still recovering from its last war, that's for sure.
Surely you're aware of the Great War between the Imperials and the Elves who called themselves the Aldmeri Dominion? When the smoke cleared, the White Gold Concordat was signed. It was supposedly a treaty aimed at establishing peace within the Empire. One of the terms of the treaty was the outlawing of worship to Talos. To the Stormcloaks, this was viewed as the moment when the Empire became unworthy of the allegiance of any true Nord. We're all eager to see them brought to justice. Maven Blackbriar has assured me that they're being dealt with appropriately. As one of our city's most influential citizens, she's taken it upon herself to oversee their incarceration. Sadly, they're proving elusive, but I have confidence that Maven won't give up until this city has been rid of them all.
And you actually believe that, huh?
Good journey to you.
And again, why should I be listening to someone that names themselves Lawgiver?
Welcome to Riften, traveler. I hope the
Welcome to Mistvale Keep.
When will I be able to get my house?
As steward, I serve as an intermediary between the Jarl and her subjects. I also handle the less important and day-to-day policies that affect daily life in Riften. Lately, I've had my hands full suppressing these ridiculous accusations of corruption in the Keep. There are those that believe the Jarl does nothing for this city, that it's corrupt and run by the Blackbriar family. I can assure you that this is entirely false. We are fully in control of everything.
Yeah, that's what the head of government tells you.
I'd hardly call them a guild. More like unorganized rabble. In fact, I wouldn't say they were a threat at all. No, our resources should be spent on preparations for invasion. You're welcome in Riften, as long as you continue to obey our laws.
To obey the laws created by Lawgiver here?
Oh, come to gloat, have we? To poke fun at the Jarl's youngest son? Because I did something not a soul in this blood-stained house of war has the backbone to do. Dared to speak my mind. I dared speak of the Empire and the lies that have been spread by Ulfric, the leader of the Stormcloaks. Now my mother's stripped me of my heritage and incarcerated me here like a common criminal, and my brother has all but disowned me. Be wary what you say around here, friend. You'll find not all take kindly to insurrection. Ulfric only cares about one thing. Ulfric. He's ordained himself the future High King of Skyrim, and steps on anyone that gets in his way. He's begun a rebellion against those that wish to eradicate the worship of Talos, and uses it as his rallying cry. His cause may be true, but the man is a lie. All he holds in his heart is lust for the throne.
Well, to each their own, I suppose. I still don't... Kigar Shawwin here doesn't know the entire story yet. Maybe I do, but he doesn't.
If it isn't the slayer of the Glanmoral witches.
Okay, what's that house, Carl? Who can give me that? Oh, house Carl, right? So you'll give me my house?
House Carl. Did you have some sort of official business here?
I want a house.
Indeed. There have been multiple attempts on the Jarl's life. We're not certain if it's the Dark Brotherhood or simply Imperial sympathizers. We've also had run-ins with spies attempting to probe our security for weaknesses. I work with the city guard to make certain they fail. At the end of the day, I'm the last line of defense for the Jarl. I will not allow her to fall.
Yeah, well, gravity says otherwise.
Ulfric's a bloody hero. I don't think there's a worthy Nord alive who dare argue the point. He's taking the Empire to task and making them answer for their crimes. I don't think I'll be content until Ulfric sits upon the throne of Skyrim with the ashes of the Concordat at his feet. Liars and bastards, every one of them. I'd have their heads on a pike if it wasn't for the war effort. All I need is 12 men, and we could march into the Ratway and burn them out like rodents. Stormcloaks won't have it though. Too busy keeping the Imperial forces at bay.
You say you hate the Empire and the Thalmor, yet you're wearing one of their armor. I guess it's a sign of, hey, I kill you and I take your stuff and use them against you. Is that your way of doing it?
Everyone knows the Thieves Guild uses the old sewer system beneath Riften as their hideout. I'd go down
Apparently
there
I
myself,
do too.
But that would leave
Apparently
the
you do too.
protected. I'm keeping my eye on you.
Get that eye off me.
Welcome to Mistvale.
Barbara's.
I'm Jarl Layla's steward.
You know what? We'll just blame gravity for. Well, you know what? I don't blame you. Knocking over a pile of dog
As
meat.
Riften's steward, I'm afraid I can provide only limited assistance.
Out of my way. The son of the Jarl has no time for idle conversation with travelers. If this isn't about official city business, you're wasting my time. If you must know, I was practicing in the yard when the guard I was sparring with fainted when I specifically told him to duck. My blade bit right into the stonework next to the keep and needed serious repairs. Thankfully, our smith Balamond works wonders. In fact, if you'd fetch my blade from him, I'd be most appreciative. Thank you. Do hurry, please.
At least you say please.
Every day, the threat of exile from Riften draws closer for myself and my family. Who knows how many spies the Empire has sent into our midst already? We're at war. This isn't the time for hospitality. Thank goodness Mother is keeping a level head about everything. If my brother Saerlund had his way, we'd be flying Imperial colors by now. Can you believe that fool had the audacity to speak of his love for the Empire in the plaza? He expects us to drop our defenses and greet them with open arms, to dialogue with them rather than defend our homeland by spilling their blood. He's a traitor, plain and simple. Had I been sitting on the throne, he'd be hanging from the gallows for his sympathies toward the Empire.
You still have the Thieves Guild to worry about, though. If you're worried about the Stormcloaks versus the Empire, well, let the problem you have here right underneath you. Just saying.
Riften's under my protection. You watch yourself now.
Oh, under your protection. Nobody else's. So you can single-handedly defend this entire place? I'll be my guest, bruh.
Did we have an appointment? No. It was a delivery? I can't remember. Yes, I could use some help with that. An assistant, perhaps? No. Maybe a familiar.
How about
No, too messy.
How about a partner?
Well, at any rate, organization is not my strong suit. Not at all. I need as much help as I can get. In fact, if you could retrieve a few things from
Man,
me,
I've been an
I
errand
could
boy
start
for
my
everyone
next
today.
Set of experiments. As you can imagine, I tend to forget things often. Leave things around. I really must learn to put these things away. What I need is my Dwemer stirring spoon, my orichalcum ingot, and my grand soul gem. In fact, I could use them immediately. Bring those items back to me, and I'll be happy to experiment on you. No, that isn't right. I'd be happy to reward you.
Oh, I'll experiment with you anytime, if you know what I mean.
Excellent. I can't wait. Well, why are you still standing here? Oh, right. You need to know where they are. That would help. Someone actually interested in what I'm doing. Amazing. Well,
if we were going to experiment, I might as well.
my experimentation involves a magical construct and a reagent that will allow the construct to maintain a field of permanent harmonic energy.
I would use the blue thing.
The blue thing? But even the simplest harmonic field is composed of entirely... Wait just a moment. The blue thing. Yes. I can see your point. Draw out the necessary energies using a jarl apparatus.
Glad to help.
But wait. What about soul reversal? You must be aware of the consequences when using the apparatus near an open magic field.
How about using I don't know, 7?
7? Astonishing. I hadn't considered that. I mean, it would take months, years to work out the differentials. But what a revolutionary concept. Wait. I can see a minor problem in your theory. Without a soul siphon, how would you prevent permanent magicka burn?
Easy, it's 9.
Of course! 9 is the most basic of magical principles. Oh, how stupid of me.
It's so obvious, sister, come on!
It takes care of all your basic problems: magicka burn, dimensional collapse, and thermic drift. You've done it! Now, if I can only remember what we were originally talking about. Let's see. Last time
Great to help her.
Dwemer's spoon was at my dear friend Bodhi's house in Iverstead. Fellstar Farm, I believe it's called. The Orichalcum ingot should still be at Winterhold at the Frozen Hearth Inn. I don't know why I didn't just take it with me. And last is the Soul Gem. I left that one in Windhelm at the White Phial Alchemy Shop. It was a good trade, too. Oh well. Winterhold. You want the college there. They teach quite a bit.
Well, got plenty of places to be. It's gonna take a lot of time to get all this stuff done.
Spells and incantations. For those with the talent to cast them.
Oh, here, what kind of new spells do you have? Here, where's Healing Hands? Here it is. Now I can be able to help other peeps heal up.
I have to remember. Ward first, then summon.
Ward first, then summon. Best you remember that, sister. Alright, well, glad to help. And boom. And remember, 7 and 9. 7 and 9. Remember that, alright? Alright, we're good. Let's get going then. Still didn't get my house yet, though.
Welcome to Riften, traveler.
Look at this. I got so many of these miscellaneous quests. So many of them. Is there any that I can actually finish? Well, I can tell Sapphire I'm done with the death. No, wait. I already talked to Sapphire. The other dude. The other dude. Okay, you go away. Where is he even? Okay, he says he works at the stables, right?
Need a ride?
No thanks. You're not my type, dude. There he be.
Any luck with Sapphire? By the 8. You actually talked her into it? I don't know what to say. I didn't think anyone in Riften even cared what happened to me. Look,
someone has to.
This, but I wanted you to have it. I thought I might need it if Sapphire came for me, but I don't need it anymore.
Ah! Invisibility potion. Useful to help you get out of there.
I better get going.
Are you sure one potion would be enough?
Got horses that need shoeing, so make it quick. I'm not afraid of anything out here. Walls are just a weakling's hiding spot. Not me. I'm no weakling. In fact, I bet I got the strongest arms in all of Skyrim.
Want to arm wrestle? Oh! Well, we're gonna do something.
Oh, sounds like I've got a challenger. Tell you what, how about a friendly wager just between us? I bet you my entire purse of septums I could beat you in a fist fight.
Oh, look at...
You match the bet, and we fight until one of us gives in.
Aw, a man with a purse. How cute.
Alright, remember, this is a clean fight. No weapons, no tricks.
Well, I
None
took
of
a
those
shower,
fancy
so
magic
you're lucky.
spells either. Here we go. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
I'm the Dragonborn. Does that count? Like, if I can't use the shouts? Whatever. I don't have to. Boink. Gods, yes! I'm done with you. You're gonna I'm gonna, like, your head's gonna, like, spill into the cooking pot. Oh, well, not anymore. Oh, did you heal yourself?
I'll fix you good.
Well, get out of the way, dude. I want you in the way. Get out of the way, dude. Yeah. And down he goes.
Can't believe it. I guess you were right. Not at all. It's good to be put in your place once in a while.
Good
I
sport.
guess I shouldn't boast so much. It gets expensive.
Ha. But hey, good lesson learned.
Lee, you've been a good friend to me. That means something. Been stuck with the name for years. I've been riding horses since I was a lad. Nothing I liked more. But as I got bigger, so did my mounts. And one day, I was drunker than I've ever been and mounted a poor colt. Broke his back in two. Haven't ridden since.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, see...
You need to leave.
I just beat you in a fight, now you tell me to leave? Could've asked me nicely. Could've said please. Alright, what's next? Get the ore sample from Shorestone. Might as well do that. Then I'll pretty much be done with Shorestone. Shorestone! Oh, you gonna go to bed? Gonna go to bed? Not yet. Not yet, you're not.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. It's about time. I sent them a letter weeks ago. Ah, that Elgrim. He'd forget his own pants if his wife didn't help him dress. Here you go. Tell Half-Yord that she can chip off whatever she thinks is a fair trade for their time.
You know what's actually funny? I think that laugh he just did wasn't part of the script. Like, that actor actually thought it was funny.
Red Belly is supposed to be nothing but an iron mine. Been working it for years. Then, right before the spiders had moved in, we found that chunk of ore. Never seen anything like it. I want to know what I'm dealing with before I start tearing it out of the ground.
I hope I'm only going to be going back and forth this one time.
Don't kid yourself. Stone runs in our blood.
Sure, stone runs into your blood. Oh, hey, I can enter the shop still. Alright. Well, I guess if I'm doing, like, 2 different quests in there, I guess they'd have to let me in.
Have you managed to make it out to Shore's Stone? Thank you. I'll be sure to get Elgrim to examine this as soon as his busy schedule allows. Here, I had him make you a few things for all that travel.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no ingredients? Would have been easy to get some ingredients, you know, if you gave me some Nern roots, death bells, and nightshades, and then I just give them to your apprentice.
Don't forget us if you need supplies for your journey.
I'll do my best. No promises. I tend to forget stuff quite a bit. Kind of forgot where I was going to with that. Alright, this one shouldn't be too tough. Just go into his house, talk to him. Oh, excuse me! Don't you have your own life to be doing? Jeez, you know, she just keeps running around, walking around like that, doing nothing. Just walking around, loitering. Why the guards have not arrested her yet?
What wasn't I clear about? I'll be at the market come morning.
You better be there too.
Yeah, well, I was there. I didn't make it last morning. I had a, the doctor's appointment. So,
what wasn't I clear about?
I don't know. All of it above. Where can I go at this time of night? Yeah, let's see what the lady over here has.
Lost? Hey, don't look at me that way. Who are you to judge me?
Judge you for what?
So what if I have a problem? I know how to deal with it.
Deal with what?
Maramal thinks he's so smart.
Wolf.
Tells me that Mara will cleanse the filth from my blood. Huh. What does he know?
Good question.
My father thought he could pull my strings. Continue the Halalu tradition. I left all that nonsense behind.
I don't even know what you're talking
When
about.
Darren finds out, he'll have me thrown out of the meadery for certain. So don't breathe a word of it to him. Not a word.
Can I just... Alright, how about I talk about, health potions?
I can barely afford to stay at the bunkhouse.
How about I just talk about health potions then?
I'm going to stop. That's what I'm going to do. Then everyone will see that I'm not as useless as they think.
Okay, you're not useless.
Need something?
I don't even know what she's talking about! I have no idea! Listen, no, I'm serious right now. I have no idea what she's talking about. Oh, I know what I can do. Oh, no. Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. Okay, I can't go here right now. Let's see. I can, the promises to keep. Of course. I just have the door outside. Where's the door outside? Alright, let's go to the prison at the big place. Alright, we'll see what we can get out of the prisoner. Hopefully the prison's still open this time of night.
Riften's under my protection. You watch yourself now.
Hey, you're the same guard from in there? Or does every guard think that they're the ones single-handedly guarding the place, pretty much? Oh, whoa. Whoa, the leaves are going right through the castle. Those are some very powerful leaves. Or just, or maybe it's the castle itself.
Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Official business only. What are you doing down here?
Being pushed by my dog.
Oh, my mistake then. Sorry, you can go on ahead.
Seriously? Are all guards like that? Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Oh no, it's fine. I'm allowed down here. Oh yeah, my mistake. Go on ahead. Oh, someone's living the fancy life down here.
Have you come to gawk at me, or is this a social call? Look, we all have our flaws. Mine is that women can't get enough of me. So I had this little affair going on while I was betrothed to a beautiful girl named Svidi.
Oh, so adultery.
Well, she finds out and she tells her brother Wolfer that her brother attacks me with a knife. I mean, I had to defend myself. Exactly. Well, now I have to stare at these bars for 8 months. Can you believe it? I was about to let that wench marry into the richest family in Riften, and this is how she repays me.
Hey, you have it lucky.
I'd do anything to have that whore's head on a platter. All I need to know is where she is.
Hey, you have it lucky. 8 months? Bet Argonians and Khajiit would have gotten life or the chopping block, you know?
Ah, that's the spirit. Find her, and I promise you'll be well compensated. Your mother thought I should be taught a lesson for airing the family's dirty laundry in public. I mean, I've taken care of many people for her in the past. What in oblivion did she expect me to do? Ah, well, At least I have all the comforts of home during my stay. Well, except the touch of a woman, of course.
Uh-huh.
When speaking of the Blackbriars, only one thought should spring to mind. We are not to be trifled with. Help us, you end up rich. Cross us, and you'll end up a memory. Is that enough information for you?
Better than being forgotten.
She was a young woman, buxom, long flowing black hair. She used to sing the most lovely songs to me when we were courting. Never heard a voice so beautiful. All that talent will go to waste when I'm finished with her. Ah, let me guess. He wants his horse. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem. See, I don't really outright own Frost. That is correct. You see, Frost belongs to the Blackbriar estate. Technically, everything in the estate is owned by my mother, Maven. My plan was to take the horse from our lodge and deliver it to Latrush at the stables. Obviously, that didn't exactly work out as I'd planned. Still, I don't want to cross Latrush. Tell you what, steal the horse and deliver it, and you can have the second half of the payment. Sure, take advantage of the guy in jail. Okay, fine, I can make the deal sweeter. I obviously don't have anything here, but there's a hidden stash in the lodge. And I did manage to hold on to the key. Take it.
Alright. So wow, this dude is actually a huge threat to you? You don't wanna cross him? Alright, well. Nice sweet deal there. Hey, if I'm taking advantage of the guy in jail, hey, I take advantage of the whole Blackbriar family. I mean, after all, they seem to be pretty hated by most people
like me,
here,
eh?
so.
Don't fancy those clunky two-handed weapons.
And that guard thinks he knows me just by looking at me, you know? Riften looks beautiful at dawn. And dusk, too, pretty much. Again, all of Skyrim does, but there's just something special about the Rift for me, you know? I don't know. I think the Rift has to be my favorite hold in all of Skyrim. Makes me glad that it came back in ESO.
What do you need?
No, I'm just admiring the scenery. Don't mind me. I'm waiting for the stores to open so I can sell some of the stuff. Maybe I can head back into the Ratway and find that one dude. Well, you're open, but I don't think I need your stuff right now. I'm waiting for the other merchants to be open.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
I could always go to the Blackbriar estate, but I think I might as well do that at night and take full advantage of the nighttime, you know?
Trouble?
No, but you're about to be. Let's see who else I can talk to then.
Hey, don't look at me that way. Who
Oh,
are
you
to
again?
judge me?
Interesting. Oh, this place is open.
Welcome to the Pond Prawn. What can I do for you? I have all sorts of interesting items for sale. Have you looked around?
Oh, I can't buy anything from you yet, but I can talk to you.
Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. Seemed only fitting to name it after her. Well, changed it a bit, I suppose. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat. Coming to this city was a big mistake.
Yeah, maybe you should have went to Whiterun instead. It's really nice over there.
The question is, what isn't wrong with Riften? This city is corrupt, rotten to the core. No one cares about anything except themselves, and how much coin they can make off the misery of others. authorities. Have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty. Every one of them. The only way to get things done in this city is to keep your head down and pay off the right people. They used to be pretty feared around here. I mean, you'd whisper the name, and it'd send chills down your spine. Now, they're nothing more than ruffians and thugs, trying to pry a few extra coin from honest people. All it would take is a small force of guard to go into the Ratway and flush them out.
Or maybe try to invent toilets.
It's our name for the old sewers that run under the city. It used to be a huge system hundreds of years ago, but it fell into decay, just like the rest of Riften. The Guild stocks the place full of thugs that aren't good enough to join, so watch yourself if you venture down there.
My husband Bercy will be the all the crime and corruption in Riften.
Alright, well, can we sell stuff?
Welcome to the Pond Prawn.
No, not yet, but close. Alright, well, by the time I get outside, it'll probably be... Hello, wall. Oh! Just someone I need to talk to. I could get one of these errands done.
Time to see Balaman perform miracles with steel, eh? Lazy good for nothing, isn't he? Sent you down here when I'm a stone's throw from the keep. Here's the sword. Tell Harald to stop slaying walls, and perhaps his blade will stay in better condition.
Ha! Yeah, right.
Remember, nothing but genuine fire salts will do. The forge knows the difference.
I'll do the best I can with it, my man. Once I deliver the sword, maybe the rest of the shops will open. Oh, are you open?
Can I interest you in some... just what you see here?
Ah, okay, there we go. Now there's someone I can sell stuff to. Alright, give you that. Unarmed strikes do 10 additional damage. I think I might need an arcane enchanter for that one.
Riften's under my protection.
What's up? What's up with you?
What do you need?
What do I need? What do you need? I am your relief. Another day, another septum. Which one of these is your relief? It's a lot of guards here. Alright, well, let's just go drop off the thingy. The dingy ding ding.
Oh, come to gloat, have we?
Alright, here you is.
Out of my way. Took your sweet time getting it to me.
It was nighttime.
For your trouble.
You know what? You deserve to have that wine tossed at you.
Until next time.
Ooh, flawless whoopee. Don't I need that? No, I need flawless.
I know
Emptiest.
your kind. Always sneaking about.
Alright, back down here again. Pretty stinky down here. Pretty stinky. Stinky poo.
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
If I'm already starting trouble, won't where already be it?
Last person who made trouble for Veckel ended up with a smashed head. They call me Dirge because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the ground. Why? You think it's funny or something?
Very much so.
Oh yeah? I think so too. You're pretty smart. Hey, here. Have one on the house.
Oh, thank you. See, it's good to give compliments from time to time, you know, even if they don't deserve it, cause hey, you might be rewarded for it.
I already told you. They call me Dirge because I'm the last thing you hear before they put you in the ground. That's interesting. Why do I care? You want a drink or maybe just a few broken bones? I guess you don't hear too well. I never heard of this friend of yours.
Alright, whatevs.
Alright then.
Oh, here, alright, well, let's talk to him then. Maybe he might know something.
You'd better have coin to pay for your drinks. There's no handouts here.
Oh, wait, hey, Vex.
Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying.
If you're
I have
looking
no
for
business.
The flagon isn't the place.
Oh, I guess he's the one I talked to about both.
Got a lot of nerve coming down here. People tend to get hurt in the rat way. Sure. How about you mind your own business about it? And I won't have to get Dirge to toss you into the cistern.
Well, better than the dungeon. Actually, that dungeon seems like a nice place, you know? I already made a friend over there. Is Barbara's okay?
Huh. Lot of old guys around. I don't really know how I can help.
You know, it seems like, I mean, these are low lives, so I think money's the only thing that'll have them listen.
Well, when you put it that way, I think I do know the old guy you're talking about. He's holed up in the Ratway Warrens. Hardly ever leaves the place. Has someone bring him food and such. Crazy old coot from what I've heard. For that to stand out down here, he must really be off his nut. He's holed up in the Ratway Warrens. Be careful. You're not the only one looking for him.
Alright, let's do it then. Alright, looks like there's nothing I can do about no stone unturned yet. I actually have to join the Thieves Guild for that.
Yeah? Stick with me, and they'll never even know you're there.
Alright, well, I'll join the Thieves Guild at some point. I want to make sure I do every city in the game. So,
I'm listening.
Once I get that done, I'll be able to. Would you look at that? We got the Thalmor down here. Why would the Thalmor want to be in these cookie old sewers, huh? Probably to die.
Is someone there?
If I would have. Alright, hold on. Let's see if there's any of them I can pickpocket. Oh, come on. Seriously?
Is someone there? Is someone there?
It's like Barbara's is making all that noise, you know?
There's the Blades agent.
Oh, that's what they know me as. The Blade Agent. They don't know me as the Dragonborn. Ah, nice try, buddy. Do the coffee dance on him. The warthog dance.
Esbern. Cannot do this.
Hey, anytime we fight Thalmor, I'm pretty happy either way. Just too bad we weren't able to pickpocket any more of them. I don't want any. Stop giving me your torch. You can keep it. Aw. Poor dude. Poor dude that I just robbed, pretty much. So disrespectful towards the dead, you know? But hey, I wasn't the one that killed him. The Thalmor probably did that. Probably didn't want any witnesses. Wonder how they got down. I wonder how they got down here. Did they go through the Ragged Flagon? Or is there another way in here? There's got to be another way in here. Because if it's sewers. So if it's sewers, then obviously there's got to be another way in, you know. Because so a way for the sewer warder to get out. Pretty oblivious. Well, it doesn't seem like anyone else is down here, so whatever's down here, it's mine. But then again... Draven's bow? Oh! This bow belongs to somebody. I found a bow that belongs to somebody. I better hold on to it. That's good. It's good that I found the bow. Then I don't have to... So once I get the mission to retrieve the bow, I don't have to get it because I already got it. Wow, these are the tiniest chests in the game. They're so adorable. So adorable, cute little tiny chests. I'd make a Tiny Box Tim joke, but, you know. You got the wrong YouTuber. Hey, buddy, what's up?
I'm gonna eat well tonight, my darling.
Oh, ow!
Someone do something!
So we got a sociopath down here, or psychopath, or both, who knows? Here, you want to eat well somewhere? Here, I got a good place for you to eat well. Ooh. Got a nice, good old place for you to eat well in. Here. Right here, got a nice room for you. Much better than these dirty old Warrens. How unfortunate. Well, I'll take the tunic and the chef's hat. Well, looks like he doesn't just eat horse meat. I mean, human meat. Yes, horse meat too. Who's the deaf?
Is highly overrated.
I don't even know who. I don't even know who Barbarous is attacking. What's going on, Barbarous? Who were you attacking before? Oh, poor gal. Jeez, I knew I was a junk collector, but this is ridiculous. Alright. So the dude I'm looking for is right in here.
Go away! What? No, that's not me. I'm not Esbern. I don't know what you're talking about. Delphine? How do you... So you finally found her. And she led you to me. And here I am, caught like a rat in a trap. So, Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years. You'd better come in and tell me how you found me.
Well, what about the 30th of Frostfall thing? See, I finally remembered it. I finally remembered what I'm supposed to say.
There we go.
I finally remember what I was supposed to say, and I don't even get to say it. Just Sean's luck, you know? Oh, and don't worry about my dog. He's a day
There we
trap.
are. Come in. Make yourself... That's better. Now we...
Ah, Barbarous! No! Oh, there he is.
So, Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years. I thought she'd have realized it's hopeless by now. I tried to tell her years ago. Haven't you figured it out yet? What more needs to happen before you all wake up and see what's going on? Alduin has returned just like the prophecy said. The dragon from the dawn of time who devours the souls of the dead. No one can escape his hunger, here or in the afterlife. Alduin will devour all things and the world will end. Nothing can stop him. I tried to tell them. They wouldn't listen. Fools. It's all come true. All I could do was watch our doom approach. Yes, yes. You see, you know, but you refuse to understand. Oh yes, it's all been foretold. The end has begun. Alduin has returned. Only a Dragonborn can stop him. But no Dragonborn has been known for centuries. It seems that the gods have grown tired of us. Have left us to our fate as the plaything of Alduin the World.
If I have to prove to him I'm Dragonborn, you think the shouting would, like, attract the Thalmor back down here?
What? You are... Can it really be true? Dragonborn? Then then there is hope.
Then he just believes me.
Gods
All
have
right.
not abandoned us. We must.
I thought he was paranoid.
We must go quickly now. Take me to Delphine. We have much to discuss.
All right. Well, let me help you pack up here. Let's see. The mead, we'll need that. Grilled leeks. I'll take this book for you. You probably don't want it. Salt piles.
No useless trash. Where'd I put my annotated annuad?
No, we don't need to bring those. Books. Oh, I'll definitely take the books. All these books. Give me them all. Give me them all. Oh, sweet, sweet knowledge. Ooh, that one was a picture book. There was a picture book in there. Oh, that one dude from Beauty and the Beast will finally be happy. These books have pictures in them.
One moment. I know time is of the essence. I must leave secrets for the Thalmor. There's one more I must.
That's okay. I'll take the rest of these. These are for personal use. I'm not sharing them with the Thalmor.
Well, I guess that's good enough. Let's be off.
You know, I think I should leave this food here. I mean, there's people down here in the Ratway, and they'll probably need something to eat, so I'll leave the food down here. Here, hold on. Where's that raw rabbit leg? I'll leave that down here. And that meat I got. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'll leave it down here. But I'm pretty sure. Let's see, potions. I'll leave the wine down here, but I'll take those potions. Uh-oh. Oh, I see that red dot. We better get moving then. Well, we got the doors locked. It's not like they're gonna just come right in here. Alright. Well, maybe I shouldn't open the door. Maybe I should have waited for them to go by. But then again, we'll leave some bodies for the Thalmor, you know, send them a message. Leave no witnesses. Ah, what is that? You were trying to use your fists on me? What, you couldn't bring your own weapon, so you had to use a bound weapon? Pathetic, you know? Maybe, I mean, what if you run out of magicka or something? Oh shit! That's becoming to get pretty damagey. That's becoming pretty damagey right there. Here, I'll close the door so no one gets in there. Where is he? I hope you know what you're doing, bro. But then again, you're an important NPC character, so it's not like you're gonna die at all. All right, let's charge this up. Charge in and clear. And clear. All right, where'd the dude go? Where did Barbers go? Oh, that's probably who he's shooting at. Point. Here. Here, got a nice place for you. Nice place. Really nice. It's beautiful. There's a bedroom and all. And a hot tub, probably. Ah, come on. Could use me a nice little Thalmor as a soul gem, you know?
Yes. Not yet. When we get to Riverwood with Delphine, I'll tell you both then, when I've collected my thoughts. I never expected. Well, suddenly here you are, and now I'm too muddled to explain myself. I still need some time to get used to the idea that there might be hope for us after all.
Fair enough. Alright.
We should keep moving.
We'll talk about stuff when we get there. Hopefully we won't have any more Thalmor problems. But then again, we're always going to have Thalmor problems. So the less Thalmors we have now, the less Thalmors we'll have during the Great War. During the next war. Probably be a war in Elder Scrolls 6. Who knows? Boing. Boing. Okay, where's that one dude with the magics? I saw you.
That's him. That's who was asking about Esbern. Kill him!
Wait. And... Okay, you do the final hit then. Alright, looks like I don't have any soul gems for anybody. Alright, what kind of notes does he have? Likely an alias? Yeah, probably. Wow, they got that full description. They got my name. They know I'm a Briton. They know I'm male. Do they know I got a priest mask on? Do they know I have the robes? Do they know I have a Daedric dog named Barbara's following me around?
You'd better have coin to pay for your drinks. There's no handouts here.
I guess you didn't care about all the noise that's been happening in that last room.
All right, then.
All right, fair enough.
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
That's all right. I'm out of here. It's time for us to go.
Got a lot of nerve coming.
Wait, what's happening? Hold on.
People tend to get hurt.
I guess he's still in there. Oh, who knows? Maybe he'll catch up to me. Oh, ambush. Maybe I shouldn't have left my buddy behind. Oh, sorry, Barbara's. That was them. That was the soldier that did that. Oh, and then he disappeared. I hit him so hard that he disappeared. He's like some of the Half-Life 1 enemies. Sometimes you kill them, and then they die, and then they just disappear for some odd reason. It's kind of weird. Oh, where'd he go? I have to go all the way back there to go get him. Can he take care of himself? Oh, there he is. Oh, so you had to wait for me and I had to look at him go through the door, huh? Well, at least you have the decency to run. Could have waited for me, or actually, you did wait for me. That's the problem. You waited for me. That's pretty much the problem. He could have just went on ahead. But apparently, I have to keep an eye on him and babysit him, you know? Yay, escort missions. My favorite. I love these video games. I love doing escort missions. They're so much fun. I love it when I have to babysit some NPCs and not have to continue the quest until they get through to their destination. And you know, I like it even better when the NPCs die easily and can't take care of themselves. You know, that's the best part of escort missions. Oh, now he's rushing. Now he's rushing. Now he's rushing to the exit. Excuse me. Ah, fresh air. Away from the stinky sewer water, right? Right, Esbern? Right? I like your eyes, dude. Wow, you got pretty eyes. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not hitting on you or nothing. But I mean, just, you have cool eyes, you know? I like the blue eyes, you know? That bluish sapphire color. That looks good. That is good eyes, dude. Oh, man, I'm stressed out. Whew, I gotta calm down, you know? Gotta stop talking to strangers on Facebook and you know, stop thinking that they want to be friends with me as soon as they talk to me, you know? Gotta work on that a bit, but hey, if I was perfect, I wouldn't have any character development, right? Same with you too, you know? No one's perfect.
It's a religious thing.
Oh, let me just sell the rest of the stuff before we get moving. And if any of the merchants here can't afford some of this stuff, like some of these Thalmor robes, you can afford this.
Anything.
Luckily, there's another merchant right over here.
You gonna buy some? See for yourself.
And then she can sell some of the buy some of the stuff from us too. And if neither are an option, well, there's the pawn prawn over there too. Oh hey, what's up? Hey, that's the girl that's the Khajiit that was spying on me. What happened? What, you don't like my dog? You don't even like my dog? Jeez. Oh, it's getting overcasty. Yeah, we better get out of here before it starts raining. Or should we take shelter and then just leave later? Yes, I'm gonna stare at you. You're very pretty. Oh, just drooling. Wow. Well, that must have took the bad idea. Like, I said she was very pretty, and then I started drooling. Alright, what's this? What was that note she had? You have to do. Let me lick my fingers before I open it up. Oh, you were looking for a target. Well, I could have helped you out. If you would have talked to me instead of just attacked my dog, maybe I would have helped you out. Didn't have to be so mean about it, you know? Just wanted. I love helping people out, you know? Just could have just asked. I'm not a mind reader.